Don People's Deadbolt. Let's talk about it. So we got to speak on this situation, man, with Ja Morant and Skip Bayless. With Skip coming out of his mouth saying that he think Ja want to be a part of the Crips because the homie then threw up the sign. He at least count about 3 times. Now, this situation right here, man, is no stranger. I feel like NBA players have been gang affiliated. I mean, we can talk about John Wall. We can talk about DeMar DeRozan. I mean, we could talk about a few of them. So I really don't think that, it's a situation to where he's like the only one. So let's get that clear. And I think Skip knows that. But since, this is the new story, this is the new topic of the week, they're going to compound on Ja. And now the Memphis Grizzlies, they've suspended him indefinitely. And Skip is now asking the question, hey, man, is Ja a crip? And, Shannon, like I said, like good old boy Shannon, he said, well, Skip, I don't think you wrong. I don't think you and your sources are wrong at all. So basically insinuating that, yeah, y'all are right. So now the whole narrative is set that Ja is gang banging while playing ball. You know what I'm saying? The millionaire, what I'm saying, he has so much money, he's a star, why would he be affiliated? A lot of these boys, man, come from this type of background. And, if he was affiliated with that before he got on, then that could be justified. But, a lot of dudes ain't changing on their set just because they got money. Obviously, they don't want to be involved in no criminal activity, but they not switching up on the guys. But this situation, I don't think he was banging, obviously, before he got to the league. I want to blame this on where he's actually located, and that's in Memphis. Now, for y'all who know about Memphis, Memphis is probably one next to Chicago and LA, I would say probably the most gang infested city in the United States. I mean, you got everything from Blood, Crip, GD, and Vice Lord, all strong within Memphis. Um, so, you know, for him not to be affiliated, what I mean? Like, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I mean, this is where this dude plays ball at. He in the city, different rappers, entertainers from that city are all affiliated for the most part. So I could see him getting rolled up in some street stuff just from being associated. Because when you got bread and you a black dude with bread, especially in the culture and you the entertainer, you're gonna be out here kicking it and mixing it in with the guys. So of course, you let the liquor and the drugs and all that get to your head, and that's why I really want a component of these dudes smoking weed because there's some strong shit out there. They don't need to be on that type of gas, man, with that type of bread and power on that court. But that's another story. But I think Skip, man, obviously just got all his knowledge, obviously, from the homie Lil Wayne. Him and Lil Wayne, man, they real close, they cool. Him, Skip wife and him be going over there, they smoking blunts probably and, talking about different things. He probably asked Wayne, like, hey, is this a Crip sign? What is he throwing up? And Wayne probably told him, oh, yeah, he's throwing up neighborhood. So, yeah, he's affiliated. I think a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that Skip can get from the culture, he can get from Lil Wayne, due to their relationship and how close they are. So I think Wayne spilled the beans and told him about the Crip stuff. And then Ja obviously, you know, throwing up the sign. Skip probably already know what type of time he on. Skip mess around and be affiliated with the Bloods, messing around with Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? But now, I mean, do I see this being like a blackball situation? No. I mean, I think they will try to make an example out of Ja. So I do expect him to be maybe suspended, possibly for the rest of the year. I mean, it can get that crazy, and they just go ahead and put him on ice for the rest of the year. But for the regular season, definitely. If they do it for the whole year, then I don't see that being out of left field. I think it's a stretch, but I do feel like that's a possibility. Um, but gang banging in sports, man, like these dudes been throwing up signs, and it's like we can't separate it. It's a rich dude with money. You know what I'm saying? And I hate this notion like, oh, because he's a millionaire, he don't come from this type of background. We don't know what type of background he come from. Like if his family and he's been affiliated his whole life, him being on this type of stage is just it's what magnifies it. This is the what magnifies it. Just him being on that stage. But I don't think that we should look at it like, oh, he's too soft to be in a gang or something like that. Like a lot of these dudes got question marks around their name. But, like I said, I feel that they're gonna make an example out of Ja. Is he banging? Probably, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, affiliation. But I think being in Memphis, man, you gotta have some type of affiliation because that's all that's around you in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? It's gangs. So when he steps out and he goes to the club and stuff like that, the ones that he probably associated himself with in the city are probably Crips. You know what I'm saying? So if that's who he's associated with in the city, and he's been in that city now going on 5 years, or I think right at 5 years, um, what can we say about that? Like we can't, you know, get like if he never would have got caught brandishing that gun, then I don't think it would have been a situation to where we on his back right now. I think that he was just letting the drugs and what I'm saying, just the lifestyle get to him a little bit. I think he'll reel it back in and he'll be fine going forward. But I want to hear what y'all think about this, man. Do y'all feel like Ja Morant is banging on the court, like banging on wax for real? Or do you feel like he just showing love to the set that he's affiliated with in Memphis? And also, do you think Memphis is the problem? Like, should Memphis trade Ja Morant due to the environment that he's in when he's associated in Memphis? With all the things that went on in Memphis with the young Dolph, amongst other things, if he's tied up into some type of beef out there, do you think that it'd be best to move him from the Grizzlies? But I want to hear what y'all say, man. Y'all get in the comment box, man. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all like, subscribe, share, hit the notification tab so y'all can tap in every time I drop a video. It's your boy Don Peoples. Deadbolt. Gone.